Tonight we are running a war room, a coach's camp, and I'm off the ground bird's eye view over Rostov, breaking down 128 players, advance and secure on the Battlefront server. Here is what you're gonna get. Eagle-eye map reads of supply lines, spawn networks, and how teams trade momentum. We're going to go through live strategy breakdowns where flanks form, wire push stalls, and the plays that swing a sector. And then from there, technical and tactical teachables, quick pause and point tips you can steal for your next match. This is Rostov. The layout is new to our server, the Battlefront server. It's not a new map, but just simply new here. So we'll learn the natural choke points, helicopter lanes, and the best forward operating base footprints together and see how nifty those base builders can hold up with their ultimate defenses as well. We'll be covering the best routes to attack these bases and what we would do if we were in the enemy's position. So with that being said, sit back, relax, let me know who is your player, your MVP of the stream, as we are covering 128 of your favorite players you know and love who are always on this server. I'll call out advanced and secure basics for new players and dig into micro and macro decisions for the vets. House rules: be kind, no stream sniping, keep comms tidy, as we'll be joining teams to listen into their radios live, and of course shout out your favorite plays and players. We are going, this is the war room. Let me know if you enjoy, and let's get into it. First of all, we are going to go straight over the map, just so you know what to expect. And this is my first time experiencing it too. However, after playing so many games on Arma and other war games, I find it quite easy to adapt. We're going to go from south to north. So let's go all the way to the main operating base for the Soviets. They spawn at Utah. And you're going to see, look at this. Beautiful supply runs coming in from Josh J, Quarry, and Brood here, all following each other, this convoy. And they're going across map right now as they are trying to resupply their forward operating bases. And it's a long way to do it. It's a long way. But if you don't resupply those bases, you cannot spawn. Captain Lightskin going there as well. And here is the main operating base. So if you've never played, supplies only spawn here. There are no hidden supply points or any other ones. This main operating base has 64,000 supplies. The best way to rank up is doing supplies. There is an XP multiplier on how close you can get to the front line will give you more XP for those supplies. Get yourself a helicopter, then you'll be much swifter. And you've got all these guys here just getting their loadouts for war. Shout out to Dehydrated Sprouts, Mohum, Panda Gaming, and Massive, who is a regular here. Big shout out there, and Dominic over by the helipads. So if you've just begun the game, you're going to have to go from here. You're going to have to go to the west. So if we go all the way here, there's you're actually going to see some of our ambushes and a team of 5 who are trying to cut off the Soviet team from their first objective, trying to cut those supplies. But what they don't know is all the supply runners, they're not actually supplying this last base. They're so far ahead in the game, they're heading straight to Quarry. So they may be wasting their time. Ambushes are great, but you don't want to use up too many soldiers. Now, this is the first base the Soviets had to capture. And you can see this is great for your close quarter fights. Plenty of cover, A great lumber site indeed. Get onto the rooftops, hide in the trees. And if you can get into that crane, you're in a beautiful sniping spot as well. Absolutely beautiful. Great place to be fighting. Hope to see some action there at some point. From here, you'll go to the northwest to the second point. A small little village. Quite urban. A few defenses set up. A mini little base with 3,000 supplies. We'll go further then to Indiana, New York, Texas. And then you've got your main objectives, which are being fought over right now. And you know what? We'll show off the other bases if the war comes there. For now, let's jump back on board with those supply runners who have made very good headway. You've got Captain Lightskin trailing behind. Already following Josh. Driving through ponds, destroying the wildlife, destroying their habitats. But it's all worth it to win the war. And on potentially the wrong side of the lake right now, as they may be trying to get to Quarry. Let's just show off this. I saw some fighting just before I went live. And it was insane. Imagine fighting here, one team coming from the top, the others trying to defend from below. If you've seen Star Wars, you know how well that will go. And let's just jump onto the live chat. Jowsy, good day. Brown, how are you doing? Hang loose. Ooh, you're inspecting the battlefield. Joshua Horn, good evening, buddy. How are you all doing? Are you liking this new map? I have to say, it's one of the smaller maps we've ever done. However, the performance seems to be holding up very, very nicely with 128 players. And that's what I like to see. I love to see no one disconnecting, everyone having smooth gameplay. And talking of smooth, we have got a hell of a lot of players from NATO coming to attack Wyoming. And they're coming from the east, from down the hill. Plaz, Ads, Comb, TL, Slack, Obi-Wan can blow me. Very creative name that. And that's potentially the creativity the NATO team need to win this war. Obi-Wan is getting into a scrap with Crafts, who's part of the defense here. Just slipping by, you've got Billy Boy 71 and Conliv, who are currently at the base, taking lives. Conliv with a kill onto KP modding. The Soviets scratching their heads and beards, unaware of the one lone wolf literally sitting above them. Conliv trying to get angles here. Another kill onto Colin Colt. Soviets scared for their lives. He's behind you. And this is a pantomime if you've ever seen one. We've got Scott. Good guy who we met in Vanilla. We'll send him a message to tell him to get on the Battlefront madness. And look at this. You've got a NATO and a Soviet cohabiting the same building. Make armor, not war. Let's send Scott a good message here. Battlefront madness. And we've got Alvida and Conliv, there you are, sharing the house. Conliv just going to be racking up kill after kill after kill, slowly wiping them out if they're not careful. Our supply runners are here. Vitex and Tease. Oh no. And after that long drive from the main operating base, Conliv says, hey buddy, no supplies. Not today. They're not on my order sheet. I don't understand. You're hearing this gunfire. You're able to see tanks, but these players are not reacting, and Conliv making the most of this situation. Play of the game already going to Conliv here, allowing his team to move forwards. Billy Boy is now backed up by Super and TL. Craft having a 1v7, but he's coming off strong. And we'll see Slack approaching Craft. Craft using his calmness to his advantage. And now Immortal Weeper flanking from the right as Craft drew the attention. Obi-Wan looked to his left, but over to his right was the Weeper, becoming the Sweeper. Q1's gone for a Y flank down the south, abandoning his teammates. Billy Boy backing up right now. TL on the outskirts looking for this capture. This is the forward... Oh, I do apologize. No, this is the base behind the Soviets. Forward operating base. Even if the NATO surrounded this base, they would not be able to take it. You have to go linear. We're going to see here NATO just disrupting the flow between these two bases, just trying to cut off the Soviets. Now, supplies are a big factor in this game. And without supplies, you cannot spawn. So this base with 33 supplies, I don't believe any Soviets can spawn, which means NATO should be able to swoop in and take this base. And that is why you might potentially see the NATO splitting their attack between the next two bases for a double capture. Sam, good evening. How is your Monday? Let's get some 1 to 10s, everyone. How's your Monday been? Highlights. My Monday, I would give it a 7. Give it a 7/8, actually. You know, actually, we'll go for an 8. Oh, Mortar's landing. It's been very productive, which I need before I go away on Thursday. The code, Topo, Ray, all seizing the moment. Low on supplies. So as I said, low on supplies. So NATO have split the forces between here and the next base, looking for the double capture. If you're organised, it'll go very well. And here with 21 supplies as well, meaning Soviets cannot spawn. But we've got 4 big supply trucks coming in right now. I'm not sure they're aware that they're actually going into the lines then. The base they hold, although they're not able to lose it currently, because it's not the base NATO can capture, it is occupied by the enemy. And there are 6,000 supplies heading straight into this base. They need to be on the comms. Let's see if we can spawn a player and listen in. Okay, we've got a radio signal. Have we got any big groups? We've got a few. We'll join this one.
Radio's coming up.
Oh, and here you are. The first victim goes down, puts himself in. Now, I'm actually home, I believe that was, or TL. I'm actually going to say that is not the play of the game. Because, or the way to do it. Conliv come in here, shooting more RPGs. You want to allow them to deliver these supplies for one or two reasons. The first being, if you capture this base, you've also not got supplies. Allow them to deliver, not to unload. So kill the drivers, keep the supplies. Because now if you capture the space, your team then has to go back and do the supply game all over again. So think with your brain and not with your gun. And Sendog Senna, my Monday is just beginning. Just woke up an hour ago. Good evening all. Major Sendog Senna with the support of 7 months. Has it really been that long? 1 year is just going to swoop on by. Salutes in the chat for Major Senna there. Senna, the day is beginning. And don't tell me you've got to go to work. Tell me anything else. Creamy, you've had your day as an 8. I love that. Sam, steady 3 out of 10. Could be better. Could it be better? Is that just because it's a Monday? Love that salute, Senna. I have to say, loving this new map. Lots of ways to vary the gameplay. Not much comms on the Russian side. No one taking the lead. And that's why these supply trucks are disappearing right now. This attack has gone down a little. Let's see. If we zoom in here. Command post still hasn't got enough supplies for the soldiers to spawn. You've got Steely, Fatlip and Vax lurking around. Duke, the only one defending. On point. But the NATOs are taking their time. Scorpo is about to have an unwanted visitor. Goldbird taking his shots. And he's not missing. So when we have a new map, there's a lot of excitement. This map came to the server yesterday, and we normally see a lot of excitement, people wanting to explore and forgetting about those fundamentals of advanced and secure, aka supplies. Oh, and Goldbird just a bit too confident and running out. Duke's gonna hear that from above. We'll see if he can just take this. Oh, he can't. And you know what? It wasn't the best place to be standing, right on the edge, doing reenaction of the Lion King. Steely taking the opportunity and cutting him down. Now, the only Soviets near the base is DV, who's crossing over the open. He's got Vax and Fatlip to his right. You're not going to know where they are if you've not heard anything or seen any movement. DV, though, he's got patience, which is what you need. No work until Wednesday. Was just up all night. Oh my god. Right, can I showcase this? Yes, let's go for it. This player was killed by an LAV. Where is that LAV? It is all the way here from Maxfield. What a kill that was. Can we just showcase that one more time? All the way to here. All that way. Wow. Absolute eagle eye. Talking of eagle eye, Goldbird, Golden Eagle, he's back and he's back down. So this base should be taken. I'm not actually sure where the NATO forces are. The NATO forces are actually playing a massive defense game right now. As we see at their forward operating base, Alaska, there is heavy amounts of Soviets. I wondered, where the hell are all the players? There's 128 of them, but they're here. The Soviets have got a fantastic attack going right now. And you're going to see Vitex all the way at the top here. This is a great thumbnail, by the way. I'm going to grab this. Let me just grab this as a thumbnail. My sensitivity is actually a bit wild right now. Yeah, there we are. So shout out to Vitex. We're going to try and get live thumbnails as well for the next few streams. We got Julio and Howard sneaking or trying to sneak their way in. Shots coming in. There's a big amount of NATO members here. Now let's think, where would we like to be? I'd like to be where Monster and Kill are. And we're going to follow these guys in, as they're working very well together. They are heading into the depths of enemy territory. Ahead of them, let's just show this. Ahead of them, in this building, there's 2 players. There's the command tent, and lots of people looking out as well. They've opened the door. Distorium is ahead and to their right. They've made their positions clear. Oh, and Distorium, look at this. Can he get through? That's going to be a no. Monster's coming in with a kill. Same with Kilgore. But unknown player's going to take him down. And that will be the end of that troublesome duo. Which way you were just up all night playing Arma? I mean, is there anything else you can do? Guys, thank you. Welcome. Happy Monday. This is the War Room, spectating 128 players. If you missed the intro, go to the beginning and come back. If not, I hope you're enjoying. Please hit that like button if you are. This is the Battlefront Madness. Discord in the description. Server on the top right. Get yourself in advance and secure. We've got Moroz over to the left, doing a single lone wolf push. Let's jump on board, see what he can get up to right now. Shots going down. He's going to drop Topo at the arsenal. We've got TTV Rage Gibbon to his left, wrapping around. Ron's taking his second kill onto Super Haas in the distance. But after taking 2 kills, there wasn't enough rotation, especially without a silencer. And this is what I will say, if you're picking up tips from this stream, you want to shoot and then move. Shoot and then move. Don't get too kill hungry or greedy. It will only lead to you missing out on more kills if that is your goal.
Be advised, M2 Bradley in between Bakas and Fakir.
Brood with a great update for the Soviets, as we're seeing a bigger and larger push right now as NATO have captured the Soviet forward operating base. What does that mean? That means for the Soviets, all these players, even if they were to wipe out NATO forces, they wouldn't be able to capture the base. So they have to now fall back and help out here before the NATOs go for the double capture, which they were trying to do. Fortunately, the Soviets have dealt with the problem here over at Bekas. And we're seeing more supplies here, that is the question. 1,100. We've got 0. Could he potentially radio in? And actually, let's put ourselves here. See if we can hear into anyone. So what you can do, San Fran, salutes. Good to see you. Happy Monday. What we could potentially do here is hover above the command tent and then a PC player to come to the board and empty the supplies. That's if you don't want the XP for yourself. But if you do, you can drive over like Homer and then unload. A lot of the forces here are forming, they're getting ready. Oh, and Ray Deadly driving. He had Billy Boy in the back. But he was taken out by a defensive player here. Oh, and look at the sniper spots. It's brilliant, this map. Really. People for, sorry, positions for any play style.
He's on, man.
Oh, this is another prime thumbnail. We're going to take the opportunity, everyone. Oh, whoa, whoa, we just need this player to stand still. Just try and get a bit of that background in. There we are, we're ready to go. Turning into a photographer. And I have to say as well, this game is just stunning. But deadly sneaking on the outskirts. Army of 2 down to 1. Avida lurking by. Shout out to one of the Battlefront streamers. We've got Mr. Pip the Trip. You can find him on YouTube live on this server. Nearly every day, I reckon. Under the YouTube Games and That. You can see that on your screen. Give it a pause. Go say hello. Are you guys excited for the next big event on Battlefront? I believe it will be potentially on this map against the Hogs. So I can tell you what, I'm very, very excited. We're going to follow right now this squad of 4. I love seeing teamwork. I really do. There's nothing more satisfying. We've got Haas, Bass, Ads, and Comb Dance all working together here, trying to just find a safe route to this base. Now, if I was their Overwatch, their commander, I would be saying they want to head south along this tree line, behind the building, and then come up from the east side, east to west, into this tree line, and then secure this double-story building. Now, I'm going to move myself away from the base, just because I will count as a soldier who is defending, so let's move that away.
Alright, boys, you don't mind Josh, Doofus, taking out that tree line to your left now?
And we've got Kraft and Ravis right now. Look, listen to this, and Ads completely unaware. Shots right behind him. He probably thought that was his teammates. As 2 of this squad get taken out. And Comb, the last one up on the left, with Fat Lip. They've been separated, but Comb is down as well. Well done to Kraft and Ravis, taking out 3 of the 4. You've got Billy and Ray coming in right now from the north for backup, but it is a little bit too late. Over to the west. We've got a bit of a convoy and a good amount of soldiers. Looking like they potentially might be getting lost. Causing a little bit of disruption here. Let's follow them in. I imagine they're going to be along this road here and heading straight to Fakir, but not along the main road, which I have to respect is a very, very good idea. And guys, if you are liking the stream, then like the stream, and thank you very much in advance. It helps me out so much. Did a poll today, which was, what do you like to see of Arma? More spectating the battlefield, more vanilla? Guys in the chat, what is it you like to see? Do you like these videos? Oh. There's a bit of a crunch there. Quick flip, and you're ready to go once again. Okay, so let's show where they're going to be heading. They've headed to the west to then head north. And it's very much back and forth right now. You know, we're seeing duos coming from Mystic and Benz heading from the northwest to this base. Pitbull, the only NATO member to be playing defense here. And the biggest problem is just supplying this, as this is the back and forth for both points right now. A lot of caution coming in from the Soviets. You've got Messi, Shifty, Goldbird, and Vitex on top. Mario, Swearman, Dolzy, and Sprout And you're going to see Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide, is the only soldier. But the Soviets do not know that. More vanilla. But I'm biased. I don't like modded servers. Sam, I love vanilla. I think you know that. And I think the poll was very even between actually bird's eye view of the battlefield and vanilla, which is very interesting and really works with me because I love to do both. And again, with Battlefront, we do have a big vanilla announcement coming. So please be ready for that. We're bringing vanilla back, baby. We're bringing it back with 1.5. That's an exclusive just for you there, Sam. And everyone else in the chat, you've just heard that. Keep that to yourself. That's just between us, okay? You want to be part of the Discord for Battlefront? Because we're going to kick 1.5 off with a tournament. We're going to see which community can bring home the first victory of 1.5. Sounds beautiful. It really, really does. You know I love vanilla. I love modded. You know what? I love this community, the Battlefront community. That's why I love modded. But we are bringing vanilla back. The vanilla server, just to warn you, it will have 3 mods like my one does. Skip nighttime, where am I? And potentially no team killing, potentially. But that is all under 1 megabyte, so it will take you 0.1 of a second for those 3. That is it. It is vanilla as it comes. No other changes. The base game. Anyway, we've got Swearman coming in, trying to eliminate Pitbull. I like watching modded, don't get me wrong, but I prefer the vanilla experience to play. Swearman almost killing himself. See, I'm also excited to do these streams on vanilla. I think it's because of the cliffside. The camera's freaking out right now. We're going to be just watching as these two come together. Wow. I thought Pitbull would have had that. Well done to Shifty. 505 coming out on top. And it looks like the Soviets are recapturing this base. It didn't take them long. Let's look over the battlefield right now. And in a quick response, you have got a hell of a unit moving through the trees. We're going to stay on board with these guys, see how well they work together. Not only well together, but if they stick together. I play it on a server that they have a mod that if you team kill, you lose your rank and go back to private. Helps with team killing. You've got to be careful. This game is meant to replicate, you know, as close as possible, the whole Milsim experience. And you don't just go around team killing. So I like that mod. I really do, Sanfran. I want to see a vanilla match like this instead of just modded. Well, I think you may have just missed the announcement that we will be having a tournament to kick off the new vanilla 1.5. So look out for that. Oh, it was looking like a beautiful attack. However, coming from the south, it was always going to be tough. And the Soviets have the high ground, and they've recaptured this base. Well done. You got Killer, you got Comb, and Super coming from the west. I think that's a much better approach, as you also have the high ground, but more NATO members are approaching from that south side. Over in between the bases, this is a little tricky right now. But it looks like Moham is on 1% HP, and Pappen put him there quite simply. maybe with all vanilla weapons unlocked. So I'm thinking, so we release the 1.5 server, passworded for the events. We allow both communities to fill it up. There'll be commander roles. And we say, right, this private event, while the server is passworded, will last 3 hours long. The team with the most points will win the game at the 3 hour mark. We'll see a range of supply runs, captures, AI, absolutely everything and anything. And then after the 3 hours are done, we take the password off and the server is then officially launched and ready to go. That's the idea for now. It might change, but I think that is probably the best way to launch a server. Now, this base was under mass attack. The NATO team then took this middle point for Kia, and Soviets have now taken that back. So you're going to see the Soviets return to Bolero, whilst hopefully defending for Kia. They need to get supplies there, and we can already see the NATO using the river and the woods to hide their approach. It's not been working too well with the Soviets in the high ground, but if we zoom in right now, you can see the Gaming Lion Hands versus Gimp Twink and Silo as well. Hands very silent, making the most. He's knocked Silo and he's finished off Mr. Snuggles as well. Just below them, you got Sprout and Shifty trying to just wipe out Ugnov. Look at this. These players just keep on coming. They're not giving up without a fight. Is there still no date for the update? Seems to be dragging on. Arma released a little sneaky picture today, and I believe it's of the new map. And we know they'd like to really ramp up the social medias just before the update. So I'm hoping, and I'm going to sound selfish, but we don't get it this week because I'm away from Thursday. But I'm hoping we get it next week. I'm sorry to be that person. But we are coming and approaching very, very soon. They said a month to 2 months, about 3 weeks to a month ago now. So, you know, I'm saying we're in the last potential 4 weeks. Fingers crossed. Now, as we look back, again, this is so back and forth. You know, both sides are doing a very impressive job of counter-attacking. We've seen this base swap over twice already in a matter of 30 minutes. Going anywhere nice? Going to Poland. So I've been to Poland once before. Going again, somewhere else this time. Yeah, looking forward to it. A less touristy place. So we'll have hopefully the best of the food, the culture, and hopefully it's not too wet. The weather's looking good though. So yeah, looking forward to that. We've got the Anize campaign video coming out tomorrow at 6 PM. No stream tomorrow, just a video. I'll be doing a stream Wednesday and then a vanilla conflict experience releasing on Friday at 6:30 PM with shorts releasing nearly every single day. So I'm prepared for this. I'm only away for 4 days, but bloody hell, we've got the content. I then need to prepare for when we go away to Japan for 2 weeks in November. Right, anyway, Dolzy coming in from the top, clearing out more American members. And look at this. Shout out to Swift, JRP, Duke, and Fiddy Cal. As they're on the other side of the river. I predict that they're actually going to try and come up towards the west, take the high ground, and then work their way along like Obi and Slack are right now. And these boys truly taking their time. The Soviets won't be watching their back. And for example, we've got Combe and Haas here. Haas needs to be quick right now. He's got 2 Soviets in the tree line. Shots coming in. Looking like he might just make it, but if he climbs into that tower, let's see where these 2 are aiming. It looks like they're aiming right at him. Both with snipers. Super Haas taking shots. He's not quite down yet though. Oh, but he's got his ass towards them. How have they not killed him? Combe at the arsenal, causing trouble for Dominic here. And just like that, with no supplies, the story writes itself. NATO coming in and are going to be taking this base back for the 3rd time in half an hour. Now let's talk tactics. How do you stop this from happening? Well, first of all, you've got to like the stream right now. Quick. Thank you very much. How do you stop this from happening? You need soldiers moving past this point. So if I'm the Soviets, you come in, you have enough to take the base. With this secure, you then need to move further forwards. NATO have been using the woods and the river for all their attacks. You need radio backpacks set up just behind the defensive measures to hold them off. Hold them off, resupply. When you've got about 3,000 supplies in here, 2 trucks, then what you want to do is with your defenses, keep them there. Allow the soldiers from the fallback bases to then swoop around and attack this base next. Remembering, you can only attack the forward operating base. So NATO can't go from Bolero to Bekas because they cannot capture it. But what we're going to see here is not only will Fakir fall, Bekas has 31 supplies, meaning soldiers cannot spawn there. Unless they get supplies, not only will they lose Fakir, they won't be able to spawn back here, meaning NATO can go in for the double. How are we looking at Quarry? Quarry's got 4,000. That will do for now. We're going to see, finally, NATO in a very strong position. MDS. You've got Kevinator, Crossy, and Rusty. Just watching that hillside. It's very hard to get to this point because of how bare the land is and the routes which the Soviets have to take. They've got it covered very, very well. And you've even got Liam here, a 3rd tank, actually on the point. A dangerous place to be, but it's paying off right now. And Kilgore getting absolutely peppered. This building is shaking. The controller is about to explode in my hands. They're trying to bring this building down. And if they do, and Kilgore is inside, he will die. Kilgore letting off shots, gaming a line aware. Sky Games going down. He's really trying to put up a hell of a fight right now. And we're going to see the trade as Kilgore is put to sleep. Who we got here? We got Dolzy sneaking in. Look, he is surrounded by tanks, by players. What is the plan? And has he got a much needed silencer? It doesn't look like it. Working his way. He doesn't know how many people are ahead. And if I was him, I would not expect 3 players in the bushes. I don't think they expect him either. He's kind of slowed down now. Again, let's spectate the 3 players here. Again, just not moving. No sound triggers. Oh, the Dolzy coming in for Swift. Naldus responding, looking in the right direction. He's going to be crouched down. Moving left to right. Bit of a stalemate. Dolzy hearing. They're hearing each other. Shots are going to be fired. It just looked like Dolzy's gone down. Good response there. A little trade. And we zoom out. NATO have captured it indeed. And with the heavy artillery on the hillside. They've got, look, is this a fuel truck? It is. They're refueling their tanks here. They've got 3 on the hillsides and Liam on the actual point. The first time, it looks like they may hold it down. Which is a change. Now, as we said, this is what they need to do. They now need to create this defensive line, which they're using from afar. Oh, and I say that.
Be advised, they've got a tank on tank. Next to tank. In between tank and Dolzy.
We're gonna,
Got a Bradley and a tank.
we're gonna hear the boys there. Just informing the rest of their team about the tank situation.
Tank won't get confusing.
And we're going to swap over to... Oh, wow, I was about to spawn here. Well done for Super Hass and this defensive radio backpack. We're going to just spawn a NATO player. And join
Approaching Delaware, West 238.
the squad here.
Whoever was shooting that tank, you're a fucking idiot, bro.
What a time to join. The beautiful comms of NATO players in their natural habitats of war. So we zoom out again. The battle has changed again. We're seeing this raid of red Soviets now. And what NATO need to do is play defense. They should have kept their tanks up on the hill to overwatch. Instead, they've moved them forwards. You've got Ray and the Kevinator moving southwest up the hill. You've got the Gaming Lion. Great position on the actual point. Firing towards Mystic. Great shots there, MDS. He really needs to be focusing up the hill. You've got Laser, Mr. AWP, and the Kevinator, look, just strolling up. Vehicle to their right. They've not seen it. The vehicle hiding behind the trees, not wanting to be spotted. Oh, but unfortunately, they've played it as cool as a cucumber. And they've reversed back. Oh, and the Soviet heli in the distance. Have they spotted the light vehicle? Panda, Dominic, Johnny, they were hiding. And now it's time to abandon hope. But Kevinator, he was there like, let's just drive past. Let's make them think we've not seen them over there in the distance. Wow. And then they drove back and destroyed all hope. All Bebra tried to tickle them with an RPG, but he missed. He cannot miss. This 4-man tank squad taking no prisoners whatsoever. And NATO have done a great job at holding the fort right now. A interesting landing from the Soviets. We're going to have Monster just recovering whilst Benz and Mystic approach. And MDS playing defense very, very well. We love to see it. Playing defense is like playing goalie in football, soccer for the Americans. If you've got a great goalie, you have that confidence that you can push up. And MDS is that goalie right now. Now, tank, he's not in a tank. He's in a 4x4. In a buggy. Let's see if he can be as dangerous as a tank. And this is the next base NATO have to take. Oh, and we're going to see Silo and Gimp back once again. And they're going to drive straight to hell. And you'll see what I mean in just a second. Grab your popcorn and your s'mores. It's about to get toasty. And thank you very much for the likes. We're almost on 20. And that was the end of them. So we're going to see this key position here. Now, we just zoom out. We can see the camera here. So whenever I go to this mode, you can see the camera where we're facing. They're at this cross junction. It's the main road to get from Delaware to Becker's. And the tank is just parked up here, seeing all the way down both sides.
Admin, I'm not sure if we've got a mountain and ambush in between the last objective and our FOB. That was on the server.
So we've got Potsy coming in here, just shouting out the ambush between the main operating base and the first point. So we go and actually spectate this. It's a great tactic to use. Let's see if we can spot these players. Well, actually, I'm on the NATO side now, aren't I? So let's go visit the NATO main operating base. So we've got Alabama.
Did you get both of them ridden?
So you've got to think, they can't attack the main operating base, and it really does help if you've got the red circle of how close you can get. Now, they're not attacking the main operating base, which is the main point. You've got Captain Lightskin, Rack, and Brood just cutting off the supplies before they get to the first base. And for me, I'm saying this is okay from this far away. You're not causing any disruption to the main operating base. You're allowing players to get ready and to set off. So with this information, NATO need to deal with these players, or they won't be getting any supplies done.
Relay tower on Alaska.
And to deal with it, you're going to have Potsy and the guys coming in fast and furious.
He's dead.
We've
And a shout out to these players, because not enough players want to go back and deal with problems which aren't near the front of the war, right? You've got Yatsu, you've got Ippy, Kiza, and then you've got Potsy going around as well. Now they're quite far away, but they are on this last stretch right now. And they've got to go all the way up. And from here, again, you've got Brood. They've bought a truck. In the truck, I imagine there's going to be supplies. Smoky Smokes. Good evening, Martin. Our EU2 Battlefront Madness is live on Rostov AAS with attack helicopters. Holy. It's still the same player base, 128 players. Very exciting. Right now, we're going to see the ambushers. These guys are going to come in towards the players who shot too early. A typical mistake from players. Just shooting too early. Whether that's in the bedroom or on the war front. If they just allowed them to get a little bit closer, they would have had easier shots to hit and more of the players been able to shoot as well. And these guys are now going to make their way to a different location and cause more trouble. Love to see it. They've caused trouble here, got kills, disrupted the supply line, and now they've been spotted. They're heading somewhere else, somewhere unknown to the enemy. So round of applause, again a top play coming in for Brood and the team, but also a big shout out to Kiza, Ippy and Yatsu for going to deal with them, because a lot of players would have just left them. Now we'll go forwards. We're gonna see, again, Soviets are known for their ambushes. We've got Matty G and Mario setting up alongside Homer as well. And Shock, we're going to see Delaware taken back over from the Soviets. This base has swapped hands 5 times in 50 minutes. This base has been captured every 10 minutes. Insane. Loving this map. Feels like it suits the game mode. It really does. And I'm going to say another reason why. Because we're seeing a lot of the map as well. And there's so many different areas bringing different strategies into play. Different weapons suiting different areas. I can't wait for the Battle of Yantar at Quarry. That will be a highlight. Just before I started the stream, that's actually where everyone was. And it's a smaller map, and the performance is very, very good for 128 players as well. Now let's look into this. 300 supplies only. Again, Soviets are struggling with their supply chains. But there we go. Obi-Wan can blow me. Causing trouble as always. But he is surrounded by 10 players. And he has been knocked unconscious as well. NATO keep coming from the east down the hill. And they're just going to keep struggling with that. Where do you need to be coming from? We had the tank up on the crossroads. I imagine that's been dealt with. You want to be coming from up the hill. You've got so many different routes to then attack this base. Even if you came down the south side, even in the open here, you've got this ledge which gives you cover. And big shout out to Zero right here for doing the supplies. Big shout out, the Soviets' savior. And over at our base here, we're going to see it still being capped. Within 50 meters, I reckon Epic is maybe just within that 50 meters. TL on defense, Kill Gore. He has been a menacing player as well. But let's see if they can implement this defensive structure now. They need to have radio backpacks by the river. They need supplies to come in as well. Can we maybe see Tease coming in with an early supply run? I doubt it. But yeah, you need soldiers along the woods here. We again have seen multiple attacks from NATO as they land in these fields and work their way up. So using that information, they need to have radios here, radios to the north, and then from there, they might just secure it, resupply, and be able to then push up
Is this Delaware?
to Valero. They only need 3 points to win the game. Can they do it?
On the M249s, boys.
Now let's look out for those ambushers a little further back. Here we go. We're going to see Captain Lightskin rack and brood.
Yeah, there's Delaware, I see. Get ready, boys. We're in the war zone now.
Bruins. He's getting ready.
Open fire!
I need to find Bruins. Where is he at? Oh, there he is.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god!
Bruins in the heli. Absolutely styling as well. Until you're not styling. And I believe Bruins will end his run there. But it sounded like they had a great time, so it was definitely all worth it. Soviets doing fantastic work here. Laser coming in, I hope with supplies. He has. I'm hoping and praying he delivers these supplies to the base. He's going in fast and furious. He's not stopping. He's parked at the command tent. Oh no, what's happened? I'm hearing silent shots. And his truck is just drifting away. We need supplies delivered. Laser, come on, you can do it. Get up, buddy. Get up. Yes, he's up. Again, a lot of shots coming in, but where from? We've got Blass up here. So it could be from him. Flutters looks like he's going to try and deal with him. Oh, and he has. Flutters has done it. Might have just saved the supply runners. Oh, Laser is down though. Can anyone get these supplies to the command posts, allowing their team to spawn? We've got more NATO little birds on the way. Little bounce. We call that a Ryanair. Rage Gibbon and Combe coming in for an attack. They will be met by Puka, Bam Bam, and Mystic Skinner though, with Kilgore just below. Laser is back up. He's on the mend. Supply truck is here. Come on, buddy. I'm rooting for you. More and more NATO members coming in from the east. And we are going to see, and I hope they do it. I really hope they do it. We're going to see. Oh, look at this. Oh, Oh. Surely these are going to the front line. Yeah, they are. So we need to pay attention here. Oh. We need to pay attention here. Everyone's going to get low. Everyone's going to get low. Oh, they've driven over it. Ambushing at its best. So close. Tyres just missing the mines. You see Steely driving away, but we have got a supply truck. Oh, but it's not going back for more. You've made the right decision this time.
Up in the alley.
This 3 are causing troubles left, right, and center. Soldat, the lone wolf. He's got his silencer, he's ready, but he's not causing any immediate dangers. We'll keep an eye on these 3, as it leads to some very exciting opportunities. The Soviets doing a better job of defending this time. Will it last? And I'm hoping, there we are, 1,300 supplies. Finally, the first time in over an hour, this base has seen supplies delivered. Well done to Laser. TL coming in the middle of nowhere right now. And the math man just causing a bit of trouble. Super Haas and Plaz moving in from the west. Sky Games from the north. And we're still seeing a lot of NATO members still trying to attack this fallback base. They can clear it out, maybe, you know, drain some of those supplies. They won't be doing much though. Further back, we're going to have the Quarry, which, wow, has got more NATO members than Soviets. Again, this is where I want to see the war right now. I want to see if there's any secret tunnels. We've got Fiddy, we've got Patton, we've got Tumble, and Sudundundundundund. Great name. But these players, again, they're just waiting around to see if their team take 2 bases. I'd rather these guys be near, you know, the base they need to take, or the base after that. Currently, they're 3 bases back. And look at this, you've got even more NATO members being dropped off back at Quarry, which to me is a very crazy idea, but maybe I'm not seeing what they're seeing. So in total, you've got 4 members here with another, how many? With another 5 being dropped off. You've got a 5th of your soldiers. So again, they've got to take Delaware, they've got to take Wyoming, but they're at Yantar, which you cannot take. What am I missing, guys? What am I missing? Please explain it. And guys, please hit the like button as well. Again, you've got Bruns, Leon, Kill, Fatlip, and Lelo, all sitting comfy at the top of Quarry, probably expecting to see more Soviet players for whatever reasons I'm not aware of. And as cool as it looks, unfortunately, it's just not going to be very effective or helpful for the team. And then you've got, again, another 8, 9, again with all those players down there, another 12, 13, 14, 15 players at the base behind Delaware. So you've almost got half of your players nowhere near the front line. And the other, actually, 10 here, where they need to be. Now, let's think from their point of view. If they pull this off, if they capture this base, so these players overwhelm the Soviet forces and they take this base, they've got the players here to capture this base. So that's a double base capture. And then they've got the players here to take this base. So it's a triple base capture. It's a big if. The money will be rolling in if they succeed. Truly rolling in. It will be the play of the month for sure. You go all the way from being pushed back to Alaska to then owning Yantar, swinging the game heavily in your favor. And what can you do then? Well, all the players and Soviets at Delaware and Wyoming have to go back to Yantar, and you can then move all your players from Alaska and Delaware to go to New York. And if you're quick enough, you can really catch them off guard and do real damage. NATO needs a bit more leadership. Someone should be on comms ordering them back from Quarry. I mean, oh, look at this as well. Can we just go through here? Hello, buddy. We are the Tomb Raider now. It has a little fork. Love to see this.
Liam, where are you? Liam.
A very wide flank.
Channel 50.
And this will take you all the way at the back of Quarry. And all the way around to then gain height over the base here. Ooh, just on the 6 though, Pip to Trip and Kraft coming to deal with this unit. Biddy going down. Killer is aware. He's going to be facing this way. Again, very good counter units. You've got Zero and Ravis trying to hunt down Pitbull and Buster. This base completely overwhelmed. And he's got no supplies. If NATO can capture this base, we might see the triple base capture. But it is a base race. We are seeing a base race. Both teams are capturing the opposition's forward operating bases. It's a matter of time right now. They can't spawn back here. They've got 2,500 supplies. If the Soviets do this, they're in a much better position because Delaware has no supplies. This base has no supplies. I believe Quarry does. But now Quarry, we're seeing a lot of fallback Soviets who are unable to spawn. This is how the game is decided right now. NATO have committed to overextending and attacking the bases behind in hope that they can capture this one with very, very few. And it looks like they're exactly doing that. Who's going to capture it? It all comes down to this. This is practically will decide the fate of the game. The Soviets, though, outnumbering massively, and they will be capturing this base even quicker. They've got more players. Remember, you have to be within a 50-meter radius to be contributing. And that means you need all of these players right there, right now. I think the Soviets are going to do it. But before we find out, I'm going to get kicked from the server. Oh my god, what a cliffhanger. Imagine I end the stream there, everyone. Imagine that's it. We can't, we need to find out. Both teams. And what a craziness. I mean, Please, please do not have ended the server. I will cry. Guys, while we're waiting, this is a great time to grab a drink, scratch that itch on your bum that you've been wanting to scratch, and then using that finger to hit the like button. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Happy Monday. I'm going to have some water as well while I nibble on some Galaxy Minstrels. Join the Discord as well. No, the game's restarted. The game has restarted. Oh no. You can't do that. You cannot do that. The game was literally in the spiciest position you've ever seen it. We've left it on a cliffhanger. We're going to have to end it there. We're going to have to end the stream there. As both teams now pluck up the courage to get back in and capture all those bases all over again. The cliffhanger of the century, guys. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna leave you. I'm fuming for the players as well. This is the best UK server, hands down. But that is painful to see. That is very painful to see. Guys, we'll be back with more. Let me know if you've enjoyed the stream, because if you have, I will do it again. If you want to see something else, maybe some vanilla strategies, some walkthroughs, let me know. We've got a campaign for Arma Reforger being released tomorrow. Look forward to that. I am back live on a Wednesday. And then you've got another vanilla experience 20-minute video hitting your screens on Saturday. With that being said, you are the best. I will see you live on Wednesday. Enjoy the video tomorrow. Have a great Tuesday, buddy. And see you soon.